For a long time, we were taught that success meant achievements, that the more we had, the happier we'd be. But what if the opposite is true? What if the real value of life lies in what money can't buy? In silence, in peace, in lightness. Nowadays, many people feel a deep tiredness, not of the body, but of the soul, a kind of emptiness that even the biggest victories can't seem to fill. But here's the good news. There's another way, a slower way, one with less rush, less pressure, and less weight, a path that brings more presence, more essence, and more truth. We grew up thinking that happiness lived in the next big goal, a new car, a bigger house, more digits in the bank. That to be successful was to accumulate. But no matter how much we gather, that quiet feeling of something missing still lingers. There's a quiet illusion in always wanting more. It whispers it will feel whole when we finally get there, but often it leaves us feeling even further away. We rush, we pressure ourselves, we compare and forget to just be. Life flies past while we're too busy trying to become someone else. But the richest person isn't the one with the most. It's the one who needs the least. That simple truth shifts everything. It opens space for what really matters to grow. And when everything finally slows, we see that the most precious things can be bought. Life, in its silent wisdom, asks a rare question. How much is enough? Most of us are too busy to hear it. Sometimes, it takes a moment of stillness to understand. A setback, a loss, a restart. Those in-between moments offer clarity. And in those cracks between control and chaos, something honest appears. Enough might be just a roof to shelter you, a warm meal, a peaceful mind. Enough to be a sunrise, a smile, a breath without rush. And most of all, peace, not the kind sold in ads, but the one that grows when we stop proving ourselves. Each person has their own enough. There's no formula. Sometimes we find it when we stop running. Sometimes it shows up in a gentle gesture, a moment of silence, a day that asks for nothing but presence. Perhaps real success lives in those moments, when we wake and do exactly what brings us joy. As Bob Dylan once said, a successful person is someone who wakes up in the morning and goes to bed at night, and in between does what they want to do. If these words resonate with you, if something in you longs for quiet, take a moment to subscribe and like this video. That small gesture helps us share more messages of peace and reflection. Let's continue. Living with less is an invitation to breathe more freely. Simple things carry a power that doesn't fit in numbers. Morning light through the window, warm coffee in your hands, the rhythm of the rain. Each of these moments has its own quiet comfort. Simplicity isn't lack. It's abundance of meaning. To tend a garden, walk barefoot, hear the sea. Many rediscover joy when they stop long enough to notice. Simplicity invites gratitude, and gratitude reveals beauty. It doesn't ask, it doesn't compare, it just is. And as we move closer to that essence, we begin to find value in the present. There, in the stillness, we realize freedom isn't in having everything. It's in needing less. It's not about giving everything up. It's about choosing what stays, clearing space on the outside and inside. And in that space, peace is room to grow. We live under pressure to be more efficient, more attractive, more successful, as if life had a script we're all supposed to follow. And if we stray, we fear we've failed. But maybe the slow way is not failure. Maybe it's just a different path. quieter one with space for humanness. Over time, commercialism has trained us to measure worth in numbers, but it's a fragile measure, because the true worth of a life isn't found in possessions. It's found in how much love we give, in how gently we live, in what we feel and share and remember. The trap is subtle. That's what makes it dangerous. But the soul knows. It whispers when we've strayed too far. It asks for pause, for honesty, for care. It doesn't need answers. It needs attention. Freedom begins when we stop following the noise. When we realize we don't have to live on autopilot. We can choose. We can breathe. We can stay. If you're still here, thank you. And this is a good time to remember. Subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. It helps us bring these messages to more people who are searching for a calm, for meaning, for a slower rhythm. There are things that can't be bought or taught. A loving gaze, a sincere laugh, a silence shared without words. These are treasures, the kind that live in memory long after they've passed. Real value is felt, not owned. And in life's hardest moments, it's often these invisible things that carry us through: a hug, a memory, a song, a hope that refuses to leave. If your joy is in a full house, be grateful. If your peace is found in quiet solitude, be grateful too. Your path is yours. The choices of others belong to them. Don't compare your peace to someone else's noise. Even in the darkest days, small lights persist. They don't scream, but they shine. And they remind us, you're not alone, even when it feels like you are. To collect beautiful moments is to store invisible light. One day, when things feel heavy, you can open one of those memories and feel the warmth again. What once was love still is. True wealth is the ability to breathe in peace, to wake with gratitude even when the day is hard, to smile gently even when tired, to find magic in the ordinary. Wealth isn't in stacking things, it's in how we see, in presence, in realizing everything passes, even pain, even confusion. Seasons shift, and always something blooms again. A warm home, a full belly, peace in your heart. That's everything. Anything more is extra, and having less never made anyone less. Life doesn't promise ease, but it offers relief. A song at the right moment, a breeze on a hot day, a small joy, a surprise kindness. To be rich is to have someone to call, to be able to give a part of yourself, even when you're tired, to trust that even without all the answers, you can continue. And so we continue, one breath, one step, one quiet act of love at a time, with a little calm in our pockets, a little softness in our gaze, and in our hearts. The certainty that something good is always coming. Even if we don't yet know its name, there's a gentle beauty in living simply, waking slowly, preparing food with care, watching the sky change colors. Time moves differently when we stop rushing. And in that stillness, little things matter more. We become gentler with ourselves. We allow pauses. We forgive mistakes. We listen to silence. That's love too, a love that doesn't shout or ask for attention. It simply holds. Many people spend their whole lives chasing wealth, telling themselves they'll rest later, that they'll enjoy life one day. But that one day often arrives when the body is tired, when health is fragile, when joy feels far away. It's like building a fire for your winter years, only to find the wood too damp to burn. The warmth you waited for doesn't come. And life, with all its wisdom, reminds us the time to live is now, not later. As the Dalai Lama once said, people sacrifice their health to make money. Then they spend all that money trying to regain their health. They live as if they'll never die and die having never truly lived. You can chase wealth your whole life and never feel full. And when you finally have enough to burn, the fire may already be gone. The belief that material things can bring meaning is a deep illusion. It doesn't mean money has no place, but it is a tool, not a destination. And when we confuse the two, we lose sight of what matters most. Lasting joy isn't found in abundance. It's found in connection, in presence, in the ability to sit with yourself and feel at peace. That is a rare wealth, and it's available here. Now, if this touched your heart and you like more content on calm living, gentle choices, and soul deep joy, I invite you to explore the other videos on this channel. There's always something waiting to remind you, you are enough, and the life you dream of might be simpler than you imagined.